Hello, 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 everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. It is Teresa from Teresa's Spot for Art, where I love sharing art from my heart and teaching you how to create a love joy in your life through some fun, simple, and quick art projects. How was everyone's long weekend? I need to see if I can share me to my page. I'm going to make sure I'm live here. Yes, there I am. Share to a group. Nowhere does it say page. Let's see. What if I do copy link and then I go to my page? Let's see. I will be with you guys. I already have my, let's see, paste, post. I don't think that's going to work. Let's see. I already have my, design traced. I'm just trying to see if I can get you guys shared to my page. It doesn't look like. It does not look like. So, okay, we will do it later. We will paint here and then get it later. I can do it in Messenger. Messenger, what's that? Copy link, group, but no page. Oh wait, here's more. Let's see. Did I just mess up? Nope, that's not more. Well, it's not more that I want anyway. Okay, when you hop on, let me know where you're watching from and we will get started. I can share to a group, but I can't share to a page. Bummer. Bummer, bummer. Okay, I'm gonna get painting. So anyway, hello everyone. I have out some tan, some brown, a couple of blues, and some white. I'm gonna turn you guys around and we will get started. Now the only problem with this is I can't see comments, but that's okay. So I have my about a half-inch flat brush right here. It's a little wonky, but I'm only using it for the background, so it's totally okay. I'm going to come over here and let me wet it so I can get it less wonky, first of all. And then I'm gonna load it with white. I'm applying a little bit of pressure to my brush, okay? Then I'm gonna dip one corner in the light blue. I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna start doing my sky. I am working in my multimedia, Canson multimedia pad. I have this piece in here to protect the rest of my pages in the background so my pages don't stick together. It's just a spare piece of plastic that I just slip in here, and this way I don't get paint on all the edges of all the rest of my pages in my book, and then my pages stick together and pull apart and get ruined. I am just painting in this beautiful clear blue sky for this beach painting I'm going to do. So I am picking up light blue and white every time. I'm working kind of quick because two things. When you want to blend, you want your paint to be wet. Because I'm working in this art pad, it tends to suck the moisture out of the paint. And so then I have to work even quicker to keep what is on my page and what on my brush nice and wet so I can continue blending. The beauty of me making these videos is if you need to hit the pause button and then come back when you're all caught up, you can. Okay, so here is my sky. Every time I picked up more paint, I put one corner in light blue and one corner in white. We don't want to just come in here and get sky blue and paint the top of our sky. I'm going to try something. I'm going to tell people. So this I have to do. I can't delete that. Okay, let's do this. I am live on my personal page. There we go. People are looking for me. That's where they will find me. Okay. So I have my sky all in there. I'm not even going to wash my brush. I'm going to pick up some light blue and some dark blue. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to start painting in my water. We always want a horizon line to be straight. It is probably the only time I use a ruler is when I need to paint a horizon line. Other than that, when we're doing our water, sunrise, sunset, we want a little bit of some jagged edge, rounded edge, off center edge, whatever you want to call it. We don't want a nice smooth border. I will use a ruler or a straight edge, or I can't find it, or my T-square, when I am doing a horizon line. It's odd, but the horizon line is always straight. And I say straight. Does it have to be perfect? No, it does not have to be perfect. We're not robots. But straight is better. Okay? So I have my water in here. Didn't even wash my brush. And you can make the water any color. You can make it a little less blue. You can make it darker, lighter, Caribbean blue, whatever color you want. Okay? This is the rack on top of the car, and I'm going to now wash my brush. Oops, and stop splashing paint all over. Give it a rinse. So I did just go back. I was able to check a little bit on my Hey Ladies on my Facebook page. So I was trying to, let me turn you guys around. I'm using a new thing. I'm using Restream. So you guys know I'm a big fan of OBS. I love using OBS. I use OBS for almost all my lives. But now I incorporated Restream into it so I can stream to multiple platforms for free. Because I love free. But in order to do that, I can only go to my private page, my private profile, not my business page. So we're dealing with it. But anyway, nice to see you ladies. How are you? We got a surprise. Right? Yes, we do. I have a surprise for y'all. But I will keep painting. Okay. So, I don't know if you've seen my posts, but yes, I have a surprise for you all. I'm moving on to the sand now. So again, I'm going to load my brush with the white. I'm going to put a corner in my tan. And I'm going to get down here with my sand. Okay? White, tan, sand. Oh my God, that almost rhymes. And a little more tan. I mean, a little white rather. So, I don't know if you guys remember, but last year, I did the, and you can still get it. It was the 12 amazing Christmas ornaments. Me and 11 other creators did tutorials on Christmas ornaments, put them in a bundle for you guys, and made it available for you guys to DIY your own ornaments. Then we did the spring collab. And all these are still available. I can drop the link. We did the spring collab. And now we got the fall collab going. Yep. So it is mostly the same people with a few new ones, which is good because we like to mix it up. Not every creator is for every createe. And so you know what? I'm okay with that. We all have different styles. We all have different ways of painting. We all have different accents, behaviors, whatever it is. So you know what? You have to find the people that you like. You have to find your people. And I have found my people, and I love my people. But I just want to show you guys. I can't show you the whole thing. But my design has something to do with this gourd. And you will get the, where's the other thing? What did I do with the other thing? There was another part to this. Anyway, you will get the complete tutorial on painting that gourd, or I have full pumpkins too. So 2 kits are available. The gourd, here it is. How'd you miss this? The gourd or the pumpkin. So there's going to be 2 kits available. And step-by-step instructions. You guys, I paint flat all the time. I'm painting on this pad right now. You see me, I have canvases galore behind me. But you know what? Sometimes we like to mix it up. Sometimes I like to paint on glasses. I'm actually painting glasses later. Sometimes I paint on glasses. Is this the one? Yeah. Sometimes my husband said he likes the bird I painted on my cup. That wasn't a bird. That was a slip of the brush. But whatever. So I could paint on my cup. But my fall tutorial, oopsie, is going to be painting a gourd. And these gourds have holes in them, so you can hang them. There's a hole here. You have to fish a wire or a string through. You can hang them. Or you can opt for the pumpkin. Or you just get the tutorial and then you paint it on anything you like. There is, believe, a total of 7 tutorials in this fall one that's coming out. And we're getting ready to like really share the heck out of it tomorrow. I'll drop the link in here so you guys can get on the wait list. And if you're on the wait list, it has a little bit more detail that we're not sharing to the public right now. But this tutorial course will be available, I think, by Friday. So our fearless leader is putting the finishing touches on it right now, and we will be ready to go. I am so excited. Love this one. These gourds are gorgeous. The gourds are gorgeous. And then my wall, I change my wall out at least seasonal, sometimes more. Sometimes a little too often. I got paintings everywhere, you guys. I got paintings everywhere, you guys. Sneaky peek. They're everywhere. But anyway, I digress. So back to business. Okay, so I'm just painting in here a little bit of the sand. So this is just what we would call background, color blocking, base coating, anything. I'm not worrying. My sand is sand. We're going to have so much more going on here that none of this has to be perfect. Sky, water, sand. Okay? We're good. I'm going to wash my brush. I'm going to switch actually to a smaller brush too. The first thing I want to do here is put in a couple of palm trees. I could wing it. I could get a pencil. I'm going to grab a piece of chalk right here. I'm just starting up my time lapse because I forgot to do that before. There we go. Right, I'm going to grab a piece of chalk, come down to my surface. I'm going to put one palm tree up there, and then one, I don't want them to be even, Steven. There. Okay? I could went right to my page with my paint, but it's okay. Use the tools you have. Chalk, pencil, whatever it is. I could even have used the back of my brush to just like etch a little line into my paint or a little groove. And I'm going to show you two different ways that you can do these palm trees as well too. So I have brown paint. This is about a 1/4 inch flat brush. I have brown paint. I dipped a corner into some tan, and I'm just going to paint a little scoop there. I'm using my brush, tan to the top, and I'm painting a little scoop. And I'm going to paint these little scoops on top of each other, overlapping, curving, all the way up until I have my, let me fix my brush, until I have my palm tree as tall as I want it. I'm using a little bit of the light to the top, get some more dark, and all the way up. Or if you want to be even Steven and just be easy peasy, I have some brown, a little bit of light. I'm going to lay down my brush and I'm going to paint it up. The only thing is when I get to the top, I want it tapered. So I'm turning my brush as I get to the top so my palm tree gets a little skinnier. Okay? So there we go. That's it. No big deal. You can either do it this way, you can do it there. There are many other ways. I'm just showing you two ways to do it. Okay? And then I'm going to wash my brush and go to my liner brush. Now again, if you want to come in here and do your palm fronds with a piece of chalk first, you can. Or if you just want to go right to it, you can. I need some greens. Totally up to you. I'm going to wet my brush. I'm going to give it a little dry. I'm going to roll it in some green paint. And then, like I said, you can start with the chalk, or you can just come right to your page and put in your fronds. Okay? So I'm going to let those set up for a little bit, and I'm going to go back to working on my car. I need a little bit of black. So the first thing I want to do, I'm going to take my liner brush, I'm going to come in here, and I'm just going to start outlining in the rack on top of my car. Got the sides, okay? Car rack. Leave that for now. Wash my brush. Yes, I tend to hop around a lot, but there's a method to my madness, because as I'm hopping around, I'm allowing other parts of my painting to dry. I was a little torn about what color car I should make, and so I got out my burgundy. I'm going to mix it with a little bit of white. Copy. Here, I'm dropping the link in here if you guys are interested. Copy. Paste. There we go. Back here. Okay, I was a little bit torn. I didn't know what color to make my car, so I'm going to make it like this pinkish burgundy color. I love how this burgundy and white mix, and I thought this would make a cool color for my Volkswagen. And again, I'm just going to come in here and base coat the whole entire thing. Tell me what you think of this color. It reminds me of flamingo. I like it. I'm going to come up here, and all I'm doing, I'm mixing the burgundy with the white. I'm just mixing it with my brush as I go. To do this part up here, I'm using my brush on the chisel edge instead of on the flat. It fits right in there, and we got it. There we go. Base coat in my car. Now I want to add a little bit of shading. So I'm just going to pick up some of the dark plain burgundy, and I'm going to use that to the outside of my car. Okay, pick that up on one side, come down here. Now if you wanted to, you could get your liner brush and do this with your liner brush and add some dark burgundy edging, or you can do what I'm doing, keep the pink on the brush, but then pick up this dark purple or the dark straight burgundy and add it to the outside edges of your car. I have the pink on my brush the whole entire time. I'm just putting the corner into the dark straight burgundy and keeping it to the top. And now I want to make sure that the rest of my brush strokes are not going in the same direction. A little shading to the outside. Okay? And I'm going to wash my brush. I'm going to make a very, very pale light blue here for the back window. I picked up a little bit of the blue for my sky, added a bunch of white, and I'm just painting in the back window on my VW here. Okay? Then I'm going to take a little bit of black and add it to my white so we can do the bumper. Again, I'm using my brush, standing up on the chisel edge so it fits right here into this slot. I know I'm a painter. I know I have a lot of supplies, more than I care to share, but sometimes it makes it so much easier to do a project when you have the right tools. So if I needed to switch to a smaller brush here or a larger brush, you want to use the right size brush. You don't want to use a brush that's too big, and you don't want to use a brush that's too small. Okay, I'm not even going to wash my brush. I'm just going to go right to the black, and I'm going to do the tires. Now this one, it got a little fat. So I'm going to have to make this one a little fat as well. But let me tell you guys a secret. You want them to be fairly even, but I'm going to tell you guys a secret. If you look at these tires, they're not perfect. And that's okay. They're in the sand. It's a Volkswagen. It's a painting. If you want to make them perfect, you're going to have a lot of trouble because you're going to fix the left. Then you're going to fix the right. Then you're going to say, oh, I have to fix the left. Oh, I have to fix the right. And before you know it, your tires are this fat and they don't look good on your page. Okay? Sometimes you just have to be like, okay, good enough. Leaving it, done. I know it's hard. It can be hard for me sometimes, but really, your element, your tires, your flower, your leaf, whatever it is, will grow and grow and grow. And then before you know it, it looks totally out of place and you have to start over. Man, I'm getting a drink. So I have a little flavored water. I cut up some strawberry and some blueberry and stuck it in here. The problem is it gets stuck in the straw. So you have to be careful how you drink it. Hello, Janet Gray. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so I love the flavor. I like to put watermelon in my water. Sometimes citrus, like lemon, lime, whatever, but I love watermelon in my water. I love cucumber. Cucumber is my absolute favorite thing to put in the water. But I cut up strawberries and blueberries. That's why they're looking a little peaked. It's so good, but like I said, sometimes they get stuck in the straw. So, I want to let you guys know about the fall collab that is coming up. My class in the fall course collab is going to be painting on a, let's say, not on a flat surface, okay? So, although you see me with canvases everywhere, I love to paint on anything and everything. And so my class in the course collab, the fall course collab, is going to be painting on this gourd. There'll be 2 kits available. You can get the gourd or you can get the faux pumpkin and paint the design. Either way, I teach you how to paint the design. You do not have to get the kit, and then you can paint the design on whatever you choose to paint it on. I am one of, I think, 7 tutorials. There's going to be decoupage, there's going to be a Halloween wreath, there's going to be other painters. It is really cool, you guys, and I'm very excited. I don't know if you guys remember, but I was in the what you call it the spring one. Then we had the ornament one from last year. Did you guys remember the ornament? The 12 amazing ornaments for you to DIY for yourself. So nice. All right, I'm just putting a little bit of shadow in here under the tires. I'm gonna leave it like that. And I think I'll go back to my palm trees. So I have a little bit of dark green. I'm gonna put out a little bit of white green. 9 tutorials, not 7, 9. I am one of 9, you guys. Holy moly. It's gonna be so cool. And really, like, if you guys are on, they're such a bargain because we do them together. They come out together. It's a bundle price. And they are such a bargain because if you were to get like one of these tutorials, like if you were going to get the wreath tutorial or my gourd tutorial, it would probably be almost the price of all 9. That's what an awesome bundle it is. So, and you get a variety of people, a variety of instructions, a variety of projects. It's really a great deal. And like I said, the ornament one will be available because we're coming back into Christmas, and the spring one is available, and then there's a junk journal one, and that's really cool, you guys. Anyway, I digress. So go back to my palm trees. So there's multiple ways, again, my palm tree, there's multiple ways of doing the palm fronds on a palm tree as well. Let me put in my inches. If you use chalk, don't worry about being perfect. Clearly I'm not being perfect. I never claimed to be perfect. Once your painting is completely 100% dry, you can just get a damp cloth and go back in and wipe the chalk right off. So there are a couple of ways to do palm fronds. You can do one at a time. You want to pull down the stalk and then come out, and you want to get a little narrow on the end. And then you can make these as full as you want. So I'm going straight and then on a curve. I'm almost like a windshield wipering my arm. I'm not coming off on a hard L. I'm following and then going off. Following and then going off. Same thing here. I'm coming down the stalk or the branch or whatever it is, and then pulling off. I'm going to add other colors to here too. My fronds are not going to be this bare. This is just the first coat. And again, it is up to you. I'm going to show you how we do, how I do the other one on the other tray. Now, of course, if I was painting this for painting or painting this for a workshop or painting this to sell or for a paint party, I would be much more uniform. I would do both my trees the same. I would do all my palm fronds the same. I would teach you the same. But this is just live. I'm coming here. I'm hanging out with you guys. And I like to show you multiple ways because you know what works for me or what's easier for me may not be easy for you. And it's nice to have options. Sometimes too many options get a little confusing, but it's nice to have options. Maybe you're a little bit more used to using a liner brush. Maybe it's not as intimidating to you than the big brush. Totally up to you. I'm ready for the beach. I'm not even gonna wash my brush. I'm gonna go back into the light paint, and I'm gonna do the same thing with the lighter paint, and I'm just filling in some more fronds. The same exact method, going down the branch a little bit and then pulling out. So follow the branch, a little bit of a curve. I'm using Hauser Dark and Hauser Light from DecoArt, but you can use any color greens that you want, any color that you have on hand. Sometimes it's nice to just paint a silhouette and not even have the colors going on. You could do this whole beautiful painting, and then you can make your palm trees just black silhouette in the background. I like that my dark green is a little bit wet still, so I'm getting multiple variations of my green in there, some dark, some light, some mixed. Okay, so that's one way. The other way is, and I'm going to use this large brush, give it a nice dry, because this is almost like a dry brush technique, so I want to really dry my brush. I'm going to get some paint on the tip and kind of wipe it off. Again, the motion is the same, but the result will be a little different. I'm going to line my brush up on this branch, or whatever you want to call it, push forward and down. A little bit more paint, push forward and down. Okay, as when I get the paint, then I wipe it off. So I'm going to lay my brush almost like on a 45-degree angle. I'm still pushing forward, so it's the same motion, but it's more of a swipe, and my brush is almost dry. See how I run out of paint on the edges there, and those edges are so soft? Two different ways, and whichever one you like better is the one you can use. Laying my brush at 45, and I'm just pulling it along the stalk and down. And again, I'm going to pick up the light color too. I'm just starting with this color. And you want the ones next to the trunk to be a little bit longer. So as you get out to the edge, don't pull as hard or don't pull as long. I'm laying it down, pulling it out. Okay? Again, I'm not going to wash my brush. I'm going to come over here to the light green, wipe it off, and the same thing. A little bit light green, wipe it off. My brush is a little bit drier now too, but that's okay because we don't want to overpower the light green with the dark green. We're just adding some highlights. Wipe it off. Oh, this little one. And there we go. Okay, two different ways, two different palm trees, but we're still not done. I'm gonna wash my brush and give it a dry. I think I need one more frond up in here. And since this one's going straight up, I'm still pulling them up, but off. So I'm following the branch, and I'm just filling it in a little bit there. Following the branch, but coming off a little bit. And it's more of a stiffer one, a top branch. Pick up some light. It's not as floppy. It's a newer branch growing right out of the top of the palm, and it hasn't flopped over yet. And then I'm going to pick up some white, and I'm just going to add a few white. Not too many. If you see, I'm holding I have my pointer finger floating around. I don't want to put too much pressure on my liner brush. I'm doing the same strokes. I'm just adding a little bit of highlight to my branches. Not too many. Actually, these we should do the same method that we did here with the dry brush. So I'm just taking my brush on what I already put on and giving it a little pull. Gonna pick up some white, gonna wipe it off, and this bottom one. We don't want to put too much. I'm gonna put that back. Back to my liner brush. Okay, I want to now come in here. I want to put a little bit of grasses at the foot of each of my palm trees. It's kind of like setting the palm tree back into the dirt. We don't want our palm tree, this nub, standing out here just like this. We want to set it back. It's buried in the ground. We're adding a little bit of grass to it. It's just not floating around out there on our artwork. Adding a little bit of light, and then if you want, we can add some more little grasses anywhere and wherever you want. You can do as many or as few as you want. And I'm just switching back and forth. I'm not washing my brush. Sometimes I'm picking up dark, sometimes I'm picking up light. If you have enough of one, maybe you want to pick up a little bit of the other. Totally up to you. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my car I'm going to start painting in all the details on the back of my car. So we have our lights, we have our little, what's going to be our logo or our emblem here. Let's see, we do our license plate. I just mixed up here. I had the burgundy on my brush and I added some black and white to it for the license plate. We're going to fill that in. This is one of those things. Sometimes you just have to say brushes down. I'm trying to make this line here as perfect as I can between the top and the plate, but you just have to be like, okay, we're good to go. I'm going to wash my brush. I want to put a little bit of white threads on my tire. I want to put some highlight on the bumper. I want to put a little bit of highlight on the back of the car. I want to put a little bit of highlight on one side of my tree. Do the same thing here. This time I'm making a little bit of a backwards L on each of my little sections I painted in. I'm just putting a little bit of a backwards L to have a little bit of highlight there on the tree. I'm cleaning off my small brush. I'm going to pick up a little bit of white. I'm going to wipe it off, and I'm just going to dry brush a little bit of white onto my window. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I made a little bit of glare onto the window. Doing a little bit of highlight on the back lights. Just put my arm in the paint. I think I'm going to come in here. I need a bigger brush. I'm going to make a little bit of gray, and I'm going to paint in the car rack up here. I was undecided if you were going to be able to see the sky through it or not, but I think I'm going to paint it in. I can fix the outside edges. It's okay. It's acrylic paint. You can fix anything. Right? Now I'm going to get my chalk again. We're going to put a surfboard up in here. I'm going to have a surfboard, beach ball, and we'll see what else. So our beach ball is going to have, and this is in front of our tree. That's why when we came in here, we had to paint the tree first. I'm not even washing my brush. I'm just coming in here. I went from the white to the blue to the burgundy. I like these little muted colors anyway, and so it's all good. Maybe a little bit of green, and then I'm just gonna put a dot right there for the center of our beach ball. Okay, now I'm going to get, I might want a new color, maybe some yellow. I'm pulling out this cadmium yellow, and I'm going to fill this whole thing in with yellow for our surfboard. Okay, I'm going to fix the rack. I'll show you guys. That's not a big deal. I'm going to fix the rack for the back of the car. I could have waited and did that last, but I was trying to figure out where I was going to put everything. I'm going to wash my brush. I'm going to pick up some of this nice fresh blue, rest my arm, and just come down and make a nice blue stripe on my surfboard. I'm going to get a little bit of black. I just want to do a little bit of outlining, a little bit of shading. I'm not going to do the whole car, and you can see I'm doing a little bit of some broken lines. That's okay. Just a little bit of shading to the outside. On the bumper, I'm just going to add a little bit of black. A little bit to the window. I'm going to put a V and a W right in there. Whenever I have a license plate, I always put my birth year. So that's what I'm going to do. So we have our license plate. We have that little bit. It says VW there. We did a little bit of shading for our tires, and I think we're good. Maybe I'll do a little bit of outline up this side and down for my surfboard. Okay, and then I'm going to fix the rack. There we go. And that is it. Let me turn you guys around. So I hope you enjoyed this fun little tutorial for my VW on the beach. 2 ways to paint the palm trees, and I dropped the link in there, you guys. I dropped the link in there for the Fall Fabulous collab. 9. Wait, that's it. Let's do it right. 9 tutorials. 9 tutorials, you guys. This is one of them. You will learn how to paint a really fun fall design that you can put on a faux pumpkin or on a gourd or on a canvas or wherever you like, okay? Thanks for joining me, you guys, and I will see you soon.